Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you all know, I appreciate you coming back and watching my channel and just supporting me because it means so much to me. Today you are going to hear a lot in the background because I am currently just sitting in a parking lot and recording. So enjoy the vibes, enjoy the environment, enjoy the scenery, enjoy all the sounds that comes with sitting in nature. So today I want to talk about how to find your purpose and how to be intentional. And I feel like I talk about finding your purpose so much, but I never, talked about my experience with, feeling like I'm getting closer and closer to living in my purpose, right? So basically, God says that we have free will, right? We can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we decide to do, right? But being intentional means doing things on purpose. And I think we live in a world where everything is so fast paced. And a lot of people are just doing meaningless things just maybe for show, or maybe just because they don't know their purpose, or maybe because it's making them money. But I want to focus on doing things that are purposeful and that are going to lead you to learning who you are, learning your purpose, and growing as an individual. So y'all, it was a point in time where literally, y'all, whatever came to mind, I would do it, okay? Whatever idea I had, I would try to do it, and then I would get discouraged when it didn't work out. You ever do something or have a good idea about something and you try it and it don't work out, and so you just never do it again? So what I want you to do is start jotting down everything that comes to mind, because every thought that comes to mind doesn't need to take action. Because especially if you're in your 20s, it don't even really matter age, but a lot of times we desire to do stuff, it comes to mind, it's a great idea, but we really don't want to do it, or down the line we really don't want to do it. It was just a good idea. Some good ideas are just good ideas. Also, I just feel like it's so intentional to learn what you like. Learn the things that you are passionate about. Like for me, I knew that, women empowerment and speaking about God, learning about God, that's something that I was passionate about. That's something that I've learned that, I've always felt passionate about uplifting women. So what do? Research more on women empowerment. Watch podcasts on women empowerment. Really do research on women empowerment. Read God's word. Watch sermons. Pour into that thing that you are passionate about and do your research and write it down. It was even a point in time where I was really fascinated with marketing. I wrote it down. But now everything that I wrote down is coming together because one, I gave myself the knowledge, and two, with marketing, it just goes hand in hand. So the very thing that you're writing down, you might not use right in that moment, but down the line when you're living in your purpose or you're doing things that's working towards your purpose, it might come in handy. So we are humans. We have so many ideas, but that don't mean that we just go and do meaningless things. And y'all, I want to talk about something. There was a time that I was on TikTok, right? And I think my TikTok probably hit 10,000 followers. It's so embarrassing, but it's funny. I literally used to post videos. I'm from Detroit, if you don't know, but I used to post Detroit videos, like Detroit N-words, be like,
first of all, I don't understand why you screaming and hollering. That's why I
but y'all, it was just crazy. I would just do a bunch of basically mimicking how Detroit men act, right? And it would blow up every time. And because it would blow up every time, it would go viral every time on literally Detroit vlogs and everything, I would keep doing it. And literally my friends would be like, why are you doing this? You weren't even raised in Detroit. What are you doing? And it's only because I was getting a benefit out of it. It was blowing up my page. But now I know that it was meaningless. Just because you get a little benefit out of something don't mean that it has purpose. That literally had nothing to do with me. It had no relevancy to my life, to my purpose, and where I was going in life. Yes, I'm glad that it gave me the platform. So that's another way how God works, in mysterious ways. But y'all, do things that have purpose, okay? Because I look back and I crack up. It's just funny. But like I said, a lot of people are taking jobs. A lot of people are just doing all this stuff that don't really mean nothing to them. They just liking the money. So if your goal and everything that you do is about money or getting a benefit out of it, you're never going to find your purpose, because you can easily go get that. You can easily do anything to make money. You can easily do anything to stand out. What you want to do is be fulfilled and grow and learn your purpose. So it's so important to just be intentional about the things that you want to do. And for an example, like, I set out days that I want to do my content. I set out days that I want to, read. I set out days that I want to learn. Be intentional about what you desire out of life. Find the thing that you're passionate about. Find the thing that makes you excited, and do research and really learn about it so that you can get all the fruits of what God has for you in this life. And I know that God doesn't give us everything that we pray and ask. He don't give us the whole story of how our life is supposed to go, because if he gave us our whole story, we would take full advantage of it. But take the bits and pieces of what God gives you, ideas that God gives you, and jot them down, and just work on the section that God gives you in your life. And people might ask, well, how do I get that clarity from God? And like I've said before, sometimes you have to sit down. You have to stop being a busybody, going out and taking in information from everybody else. Sometimes you have to sit in stillness to really learn who you are and what you really want to do with your life. Because ultimately, y'all, what hit me when I turned 25 is like, my life depends on me. My future depends on me. And it's up to me to truly figure out who I am and what I desire to do in this life, and what impact does God want me to make in this life. And the only way that I was going to do that was by sitting still and really being in solitude and learning. Giving myself an opportunity to learn, to read, and just pray on the very thing that I need to know, and that is what my purpose is in this life. And speaking of like meaningless things, you want to stop doing, if you're trying to grow and become the woman that you desire to be, you want to stop doing things that aren't pushing you towards the woman that you desire to be. You want to stop doing the bad habits that are pushing you away from the woman you desire to be. So like I said, it's so important to figure out the woman that you want to be, so you can be intentional and take intentional steps on being that. If you want to be this top-notch boss woman, or you want to be this just top-notch girl, baby, be in the club every week. That's not going to help. That's not going to help you build your empire. That's not going to give you clarity. That's actually going to give you brain fog. You're actually going to be overstimulated. If you want to become a dentist, you're not going to go to school once a week. You're going to go to school as much as you need to become that dentist. It's just about being intentional, y'all. It's just about having a purpose on why you're doing something, and know that, okay, this very thing that I'm doing is going to make me push towards being the woman that I am called to be, that God called me to be. And everything literally just goes back into having that relationship with God, and just asking the Lord, have your way, and have your way in my life. And he will show you. Like, he will literally show you. And he's shown me, y'all. And it's crazy because I still don't know all the way, but I'm taking the bits and the pieces, and I'm doing something with it, with what he's giving me. And everything is making sense. So that's really all I wanted to say. I just want us to be more intentional about the woman that you desire to be, and live with more purpose, okay? Because there was times that, y'all, I literally used to go out. I remember the last time I went to the club. This was the last time I went to the club. And I'm not knocking nobody who club, because that's cool, that's what you do, that's fine. But I'm talking about me and the direction that I was, and the direction that I am going now. The last time I went to the club, I spent $500 on one bottle of Casamigos. The next day I woke up, I swear it was like an epiphany, because this is my 25th birthday, and I was like, that was so stupid. That $500 could have went towards something beneficial. That $500 could have went towards something that is going to make me better, you know. And like I said, it's just about doing stuff that is purposeful. Stop doing the meaningless things. And the club is always going to be there. All that extra stuff is going to be there. The most important thing in life is leaving an impact, being an impact, and making the change, changing the narrative, breaking that generational curse, you know, standing out and chasing purpose instead of chasing the worldly things or the things of the world, or conforming to the world, when God has so much abundance waiting on you. You just have to take the right steps and be intentional in those steps and in that journey. But that's all I wanted to say today, y'all. I really didn't have much to say, but I just thought that was so important that I share and really go into depth about how you can truly find your purpose and become the woman that you desire to be. Just don't do anything that doesn't complement the woman that you desire to be. Live with purpose. Do things on purpose, you know, even the things that you don't want to do that might be uncomfortable, but sometimes it takes being uncomfortable in order to grow. Like me, putting yourself out there, throwing yourself on YouTube, you know. Sometimes, like they say, chances make champions, and you just got to do it and be intentional about it, okay? Your big sis love y'all, and I hope y'all have a beautiful day. And make sure you send this to a homegirl. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I will see you on my next video. And I thank you so much for tuning in and loving on me and always giving me feedback. And like I said before, don't be shy of commenting the things that you want to hear, the things that you want to talk about, the things that you want to chat about. I am open, and I am here for us to grow into the woman that we desire to be. Okay? Love y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.